And now let's just talk about the general concepts of proven fat loss strategies. Okay. So here is what we've all been waiting for. Okay. What are the actual strategies that we need to follow? Okay. When we're trying to get into our fat loss program. Okay. Number one, focus on learning the habits. Number one, and then focus on learning how to execute those habits. That's 1A and 1B. Focus on learning the habits and focus on learning how to execute those habits and how to add those to your everyday life. Okay. It does not say be 100%. It does not say that you need to be, balls to the wall. Okay. It just means that you are learning the habits that you need to have in order to accomplish your results, and you're learning how to apply those habits to your life. Okay. That's step one. Learn and apply. Okay. There is no execution rate we need you to be at yet. Just learn and apply. Okay. Number two on your proven fat loss strategies is focus on getting consistent. Once you've learned the habits, once you've learned how to apply it, focus on getting consistent. Okay. Now, consistency is, there's a number. Okay. Consistency means that you're at 70% execution rate or higher. Okay. So if you're doing something 70% of the time, okay, and not doing it 30% of the time, you are considered consistent. Okay. So as long as you are at 70% execution rate or higher, you are getting consistent. So number two, focus on getting consistent at 70% execution rate and do it for 90 days. So stay at 70% for 90 days. Don't try for 90 days. That's not what it says. Be at 70% execution rate for 90 days. Okay. If you can do that and you can focus on just being consistent at 70% or above, and you can maintain that for 90 days, you are on the right track. Most people fail at the consistency phase. Why? Because they think that they have to be 100% perfect in order to get results. They have the wrong mindsets on achieving fat loss. They have the wrong concept of the things that they have to do. So they beat themselves up over and over and over again. They create all of this guilt because of the cheat meal they had last night, or because I didn't work out today, whatever it is, right? They get into their head, they get into their mindsets, and they don't focus on their execution. And then they stop being consistent and they never get consistent. Okay. Guys, it's really simple. Focus on, learn the habits. Okay. Apply those habits. Number one. Number two, execute those habits at 70% execution rate or higher for 90 days or above. Okay. If you can do those two steps, man, you are rocking and rolling. That is a huge hurdle to overcome. But there's two more to continue to go on your fat loss journey and get to that ultimate place you need to be. And number three is learn when it's a good time to go extreme. Okay. What I'm talking about right now, guys, these first two steps, nothing has been extreme. It's all been pretty normal. Okay. So learn how to get extreme. Okay. Learn how and when you need to get extreme. Number one. So if you're not consistent for 90 days, you have zero business trying to get extreme, because that's your problem. Okay. We've in a sense kind of vilified being extreme right at the very beginning. Okay. But there is a time and a place where you want to get extreme. But before you can get extreme, you got to know the habits. You got to know how to apply them, and you've got to be consistent for at least 90 days before you get to that point. Now, if you're there, learn how to get extreme, and then only be extreme for 30 days. Okay. And then go back to being consistent again. Okay. Or you can even, if you're really crazy, you can go 60 days, but I would not suggest that anybody gets extreme for more than 60 days because it's too mentally exhausting. It's too mentally taxing. But you have to know that there is a time and a place to get extreme, but it's very short lived. You cannot live extreme because you will be all out of balance everywhere else, or you'll never even finish your goal. Okay. So number three, learn when is a good time to get extreme, as long as you've completed the first two steps. Okay. And then number four, I should say, is this is probably the most powerful one. Okay. Reevaluate, look back. I just went through learning the habits, applying them. I just went through getting consistent, and I just went through a 30-day extreme period. Okay. Let me stop here and let me look back on this and let me reevaluate. Okay. And ask yourself questions like this: where was I the happiest? At what point in my journey so far was I the happiest? Okay. Where did I really like the way I was living my life, where I felt like I had balance with going out to eat, enjoying friends, but exercising and getting the results that I wanted? Where did I really have that balance? Okay. And really evaluate and look at that. Okay. And then once you look at that, and once you kind of just look at everything that you had and where you were happiest, and all you ask yourself all these questions, write all that down, because now that is your new template. That is your new standard of living and what you want to do and what you want to maintain. And then all you have to do is go back to being consistent again. Now, you can stay at 70%. You can move it up and say, hey, no, my new goal is to be at 75% consistency. Okay. But you can do that in that fourth section. Okay. So let me recap. Here are your proven fat loss strategies. Why you've been listening to me for 42 minutes. Okay. Focus on learning the habits and learning how to apply the habits. Number one. Number two, get consistent. Be at 70% execution rate or higher for 90 days in a row. Okay. Number three, learn how and when you should be extreme. Okay. You don't need to be extreme at the beginning. Okay. Learn how and when to be extreme. And then number four, reevaluate. Look at where you were your happiest. Were you your happiest in the extreme phase? Were you happiest in the consistency phase? Were you happiest when you were learning the habits? Okay. Look at where you were happy. Look at where you liked your body, where you liked your lifestyle, where you liked your balance. Reevaluate in phase number four. Okay. And write all that stuff down. Okay.